guys, what is up, and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright. In the last episode, we started off the second investigation, and I'm not exactly sure what happened. Like, a lot of stuff happened, and it's kind of all coming to be a blur. Well, Meekins was arrested, and we talked to Gant, and we also talked to Angel Star, and we learned that a lot of the people involved in this case were involved in the SL9 incident, which is pretty interesting, and I guess we need to learn a little bit more about that. But now we need to go check out the crime scene, as Phoenix has been saying for God knows how long, so yeah, let's go do that. Also, remember how I said last episode that we were having a new audio system? Yeah, guess what? My audio was recording really weirdly, and I realized I had made a giant mistake with the audio, and it didn't record properly. So, guess what? This is the one. This is the one with the new audio setup. I'm so sorry. Also, my computer is not happy with me right now. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader's turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my Bambina sky so gray? What's up, Jake Marshall? Officer Marshall. Somehow I knew. What's that somehow I knew look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That guard you got there on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what are you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. Crime scene's awaiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you, hombres. Hombres? I don't know how to say that. You're busy, then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us, hombres. Is Angel Star talking about this person? I'm sorry, Jake Marshall, when she said the steak lunch? That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Star. What's this? What? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask anything. What? Finally, it seems like. He's willing to talk. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. Huh, that poor little doggy? Oops. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, you might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take the machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Miss Star told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Star, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, and it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago? The day of our case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals too. I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here too do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like Stu Cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passed through. What's that top one? So this is the ID card record. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Ah! No, stop. 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 That's what I meant to do. Okay. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective supervision for 2 years. So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault of the police station. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot? The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us the ID number on that ID card record. I didn't even see the number on there. I was just kind of like, huh, I've seen that before. We have an ID card in the court record. Let's present it. Look, the 4th number. It's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. But wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, enter the evidence room and ask the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. ID card record added to the court record. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Good idea, but first, let's go to the evidence room. February 23rd, evidence room, Sector 3. It's quiet. The investigation must be over there. Over here. Must be over here. Okay, whatever. Anyways. So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Whoa! What happened? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going out and smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So was it true what I heard? That's not Detective Gumshoe's voice. Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'll give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire. Knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. Sachiva police can't. Will loan anyone $50? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for today. Gee, thanks. First of all, you want to have this. Evidence room floor plans added to the court record. Thank you. Thank you, Detective Gumshoe. You're so nice. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using our findings from yesterday's investigation to prepare for the trial. In other words, Detective Gumshoe got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. And in my own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course! I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open? I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee right now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. The case? Yeah, that case! The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed so that only one detective can open it. Using this ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Why, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yes, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint. Exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. And that's the only locker we can open. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Probably Marshall. He said we could try to get him to talk about SL9? Detective Goodman's note and that switchblade knife. I bet Edgeworth was the most surprised out of anyone. Because of the SL9 connection? That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know, 2 years ago. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth as a man to be feared. But why would evidence from that case turn up now? I guess it's not over, pal. Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Talk to us. Yes. Now that was a bloody, violent case. Violent? So it was a murder? A serial killing. A serial killing? Maybe I don't want to get involved in this after all. But the killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. And this was 2 years ago? That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight. And started the rumor mill. Rumors about forged evidence? It was supposed to be all cleaned up with the transfer the other day. It was the last job he ever did. Detective Goodman, that is. Huh? What do you mean? Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident, see? So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of evidence. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. I cannot speak. Why can't I speak? Oh, wait. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. I heard the rumors. So it was Goodman who came in here at the time of the murder. Whoa! What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Miss Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? What? ID card record updated in the court record. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Talk to us, Gumshoe. Gumshoe! That in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stab with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Well, I didn't mean, sure, someone, of course someone real, someone who must have, Someone who must have a grudge against Miss Edgeworth. Allow me to say one thing. Speaking as a detective, if I see a piece of evidence I know nothing about, I say nothing. Nothing. That's fine. You bet it's fine, pal. Damn it. Let's go examine some stuff. First of all, that. There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had to break it down my neck about some silly evidence? Sounds like Detective Gumshoe leaves evidence hanging out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of them, pal. Well, yeah, because that's not talking behind their back, that's talking in front of their face. I don't know. What's this? Blood? It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright! What if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use your testing fluid to check it out. Alright. Let's use it. Wait, but... Wait. Can we... I thought we were gonna use the testing fluid! Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all those pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case. The case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces here? Another piece of SL9 evidence. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You want to try to put it back together? Ah, good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Ooh. 3D graphics. How do I do this on a keyboard? Crap. Well, give me a second. Okay, I think I know what to do here. Okay, that's how you do it. Combine? Frick yeah. No? Okay. Wait. Nope. Nope. That looked kind of similar. Maybe it's this one. That looks a little bit accurate. Yes, got it. Oh god, it's another one of these. Yes. Oh god. That looks strange. Wait. No, that's... like that? Yes, got it. Alright. Maybe it's this one. Let's go. Nope. Let's go. Okay, so we only have 2 more pieces left. Is it this one? No? No, wait, no. Got it. And then... let's just try it. There we go. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. That only took me 2 minutes to do. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it doesn't look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar added to the core record. Strange. Okay. Look, this one's open, and there's an indicator's tag stuck on it still. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we close it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Let me please examine this with luminol. What's this? Blood? It's a little worn. How? What do I do? I'm highly confused. This place is stuffed with evidence. Stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about the dreams. It won't open. I guess I should have known. Hey, pal, security is high-tech around here. Someone left a glove here, but only one. Detective Gumshoe, maybe? There you go, pal. Maybe give me out to be some kind of absent-minded detective. That's evidence from the case, you know. You mean SL9? It does have a tag on it. Okay. If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar. There are 2 things that bother me. 1, why are some of the pieces missing? 2, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Which is never. Forgot you could open this in the... okay. Obviously that's there. We know about that. Found it. There must have been a massive amount of blood here. I've never seen so much before. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, if you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. I'm so sorry about me today, guys. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey! That's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Where do you get this, Emma? I always buy it by mail order. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans. What, that she gets the thing by mail order? And obviously there's this pretty obvious bloodstain right here. I knew it! This is someone's right handprint! What? What's the matter, Detective Gumshoe? This locker, it's mine! It's yours? Please! You have to help me when they're gonna take me away! Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly! You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? This is an important clue. I'll jot it down on the floor plans. I'm counting on you guys, believe me, you can't trust the police. What? But you're a detective! I mean, he's right. Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you needed to be going to? It's just that Mr. Edgewood's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm gonna go give them my report for the day. It might help, you know. Report? You mean the note written on the back of that flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgewood we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you got friends like Detective Gumshoe? I'm off, pal. Later. I should probably see what Edgewood has to say, too. Do 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 do. I don't know where I'm going. Okay. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Oh. Ah, yes, it's my apologies. Oh, it's you. Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave. So long. Is Edgeworth here? There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Ah, it's you. He has the hotel bring him tea service? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry? Precisely. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Oh, yes, he brought me some information, it seems. Really? Was it helpful? Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. I think the report is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I think this whole thing is really taking a toll on him. So, how did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this as not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Concealing evidence? Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. Again? I've heard them say that so many times, ever since that case 2 years ago. Are you okay for the trial tomorrow? Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. Something happened? They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. The police department? Yes, any further investigation for this case will be directed by the Chief of Police Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, I ask you, why? All along I've only done what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. But still. Wow, I've never seen him this out of sorts. Oh, right. I'd better check this now. As I was saying, What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go, by Chief Gant, no less. The Chief of Police? He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. He told me he wanted me to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? So it would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Now I'm curious about this other case. I better make a note of it. Stubborn as always. I told you this has nothing to do with the current case. You sure about that? Oh, shoot. Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Edgeworth has told you no in a very polite manner. Whose side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. Anyways, what I wanted to do was check this and see the tag. The tag says AI-16. What's that got to do with anything? Nothing, apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said. That makes it seem all the more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn out to be the clue that breaks the case. Wouldn't that be nice? Anything else? Anything at all? There's really nothing. Interesting. The tag says SL911. I guess this is another piece of evidence from that case. You know, I never really did care for the word tag. It's confusing. Huh? What's confusing about that? Do you know how many other words sound like it? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag? Zag? Is that a word? Do you challenge me? What, are we playing a word game now? A game of words. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? It has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life, as I recall. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. A bad memory. He's talking about the murder in the elevator. Okay, Edgeworth, why don't you tell me about it? Tell me the truth. The SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too, then. He was the best we had, and it was the finest... I'm so sorry, I can't speak! Okay. He was the best we had, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. Wow, you get nervous too, Mr. Edgeworth? What I want to know is, why was a deputy chief of police in on the investigation? In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. My sister? What? You still working on that scientific investigation? Huh? Yes, of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were losing this? We were losing something. We were using this. Luminol testing fluid, Well then, you might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints! It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I have no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Edgeworth, no need to thank me. Here, take your powder and those fingerprint files for everyone involved. Thanks. How about giving this to Detective Gumshoe as well? Fingerprinting set and fingerprint file received. Well, let's get going! One last investigation. Right. I do seem to remember seeing a suspicious handprint somewhere. I remember that too. Phoenix. Oh, Angel Star's gone. I always forget how to go to certain places. Especially in like a big case like this. It's like you have to go here, then you have to go here, then you have to go here, and then you finally get to the place where you want to be. February 23rd, Evidence Room, Sector 3. Our investigation turned up a suspicious handprint. Here, in this blood on the detective evidence... Detective's evidence locker. Let's use the secret weapon we just borrowed. I'm so sorry, I can't speak. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. I really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger! I don't know, that one? Okay, now it's time to check for prints. Let me show you how it's done. Emma's starting to get that sparkle in her eyes. First, we sprinkle the aluminum powder around. How do you do that? Just touch the screen, see? It looks like that did the trick. The aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. How do I do that? You just blow with your breath. Imagine you're blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. See? Wow, that looks fun. It might take some getting used to, though. It's fine, it won't go up your nose or anything. You just pour the powder on thick and blow away the extra. Those are the basics of fingerprinting, Mr. Wright. I guess I better give it a try. Alright, I'm really hoping the blowing works because I'm... you know, on a computer, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. And then... oh, I finally did it. I got it. Okay. You did it. You found one. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this hamper must have worn gloves. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigations. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for some other prints? Other prints? Looking at the locker door again closely. It seems like there are fingerprints outside the bloody handprint as well. Let's see if we can find a clear print. Fingerprints outside the blood. Alright. Ooh, I already see it. Oh wow, the thing is already going away. Please don't lag. Please don't lag. Yay, a print so clear, it's dazzling! Dazzling? Anyway, this print took a lot of effort to find. Let's match it up right away. So we're not done yet? This is quite a process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? I guess she's right. Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person who you think left these prints. Huh? How am I supposed to know who it was? I can make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would most likely be on this evidence locker? Gumshoes, because he said it was his, right? They look pretty much the same. Alright, let's go. Man, this is really cool. Aha! So these prints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You gave me this so what look. I guess that's probably because I was thinking so what. Okay, so we came up with nothing this time, but there's always next time. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. You gotta roll with the punches, Mr. Wright. Thanks for the sympathy. Wait, if I remember correctly, there was one other handprint in this room. Let's check it out. It was here, right? This is where we got a luminol fluid reaction, right? Right! There was a handprint here. Okay, wanna try using this? There go her eyes sparkling again. Okay, let's check it for prints. That's the spirit! Oh, but I have to warn you about something first. What? The area with the blood was wiped away, right? We only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. Would you say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me! Anyway, we must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. There isn't a print there. Anyways, let's just go for it. And I'm speaking kind of loudly because I think this is the thing that helps my mic get the thing off. You know, as long as it doesn't lag. Like sometimes it lags and it's kind of weird, but yeah, all right. I give it my best shot. That kind of result won't be any good for matching prints, will it? But it doesn't look like we'll get a clear result from this print. Okay, let's try a different finger then. I can't see any fingers. Okay, so there was a finger. Was that the one I just examined? Wait, okay, there's a finger. There's something right here. Here, 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 here. Okay. And now we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna try my best to speak a little loudly so that my mic can hear me. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Come on. Alright. No. Why? Why are his fingerprints on the... Hey, these fingerprints, Whose are they? Whose? Is it someone I know? It's Officer Marshall. Huh? Officer Jake Marshall? That's got to be a coincidence. He's not involved with the crime. Emma. These are decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction. The blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh. So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped bloodstain. But why would Officer Marshall... Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you call decisive evidence. I don't believe it! Ooh. Yo, that's crazy. Oh my god. Wow, okay. So looks like we got someone new involved in this case. I mean, as if Jake Marshall wasn't involved enough already. I mean, he is apparently the lead detective of this case, I guess. He's on the case. It's not Gumshoe. But wow, his fingerprints were on the locker. Why? And we're not even gonna ask him about that until tomorrow, I guess. Well, I really don't know how to end off this episode. The end of the episode was a little weird because the fingerprinting section, my computer was lagging so much. I kept blowing into the mic, and I was honestly just having a little bit too much fun. And so it just kind of turned out a little awkward. And I'm obviously it's been cut out, but you know. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please make sure to leave